Mount Rushmore National Memorial stands as an iconic American landmark, featuring the carved faces of four revered U.S. presidents: George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. This colossal sculpture, perched atop the granite cliffs of the Black Hills in South Dakota, has become a symbol of democracy and the country's enduring democratic spirit. The four presidents were carefully selected by the sculptor Gutzon Borglum to represent the nation's birth, growth, development, and preservation. The creation of Mount Rushmore was the brainchild of South Dakota historian Doane Robinson, who initially envisioned carving the likenesses of famous American West figures like Lewis and Clark, Sacagawea, and Buffalo Bill Cody. However, sculptor Gutzon Borglum, who had previously worked on the Confederate monument at Stone Mountain in Georgia, convinced Robinson to feature the four U.S. presidents instead. Construction on the massive sculpture began in 1927 and was completed in 1941, with Borglum serving as the chief sculptor until his death in 1941, when his son Lincoln took over the project. The four presidents depicted on Mount Rushmore were carefully selected for their pivotal roles in shaping the United States. George Washington represents the nation's birth and the fight for independence. Thomas Jefferson, the author of the Declaration of Independence, symbolizes the country's growth and expansion. Theodore Roosevelt embodies the nation's development, with his progressive policies and conservation efforts. And Abraham Lincoln, who led the country through the Civil War, represents the preservation of the Union. While Mount Rushmore is celebrated as a monument to American democracy and patriotism, it has also been the subject of significant controversy. The sculpture was carved on land that was illegally taken from the Sioux Nation in the 1870s, and the Sioux people have long demanded the return of the Black Hills. In 1980, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that the Sioux were entitled to just compensation for the land, but the Sioux have refused the $102 million settlement, insisting on the return of the land itself. Today, Mount Rushmore remains one of the most popular tourist destinations in the United States, drawing millions of visitors each year. The monument has become a ubiquitous symbol of American pride and exceptionalism, featured in countless films, television shows, and works of art. However, the complex history and ongoing controversies surrounding the site serve as a reminder that the story of America is not without its complexities and contradictions.